Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another deep dive into the bold and the beautiful. Today, we're tackling one of the most talked about developments in the show. Matthew Atkinson, the talented actor behind Thomas Forrester, is currently on a temporary break. His wife, Brittany, recently gave birth to their first child, and Matthew has stepped away from filming to focus on his new family. But what does this mean for the show's storyline? Will the bold and the beautiful recast Thomas in his absence, or will they wait for Matthew's return? And how will his absence impact the ongoing power struggle at Forrester Creations? There's so much to break down, so let's get started. The importance of Thomas Forrester in the current storyline. Thomas Forrester has always been a pivotal character in The Bold and the Beautiful, but right now, his presence is more critical than ever. With Ridge and Eric fighting to reclaim Forrester Creations from Hope and Carter, Thomas could be the key to resolving this conflict. As Ridge's son and a former romantic interest of Hope, he has a unique influence that could shift the balance of power. Hope and Carter currently hold significant control over Forrester Creations, much to Ridge and Eric's frustration. While Brooke has tried to reason with her daughter, Hope remains steadfast in her belief that she deserves her position. Ridge and Eric have been strategizing behind the scenes, attempting to regain control, but so far, their efforts have been unsuccessful. Thomas's return could change everything. As someone who was once deeply in love with Hope, Thomas has a level of emotional leverage that no one else does. Although Hope ended their relationship because she wasn't ready for marriage, there was no denying the passion they shared. If Thomas were around, he could appeal to her emotions, reminding her of the trust they built and possibly persuading her to step down. His ability to reach Hope on a personal level is something Ridge, Eric, and even Brooke have struggled with. Would the bold and the beautiful recast Thomas? With Matthew Atkinson on a temporary break, one of the biggest questions is whether the show will recast Thomas or write him out until Matthew returns. Historically, The Bold and the Beautiful has not shied away from recasting important roles when necessary. However, replacing Thomas, even temporarily, would be a risky move. Matthew Atkinson has become synonymous with Thomas Forrester. His portrayal of the character, capturing Thomas's intensity, vulnerability, and redemption arc, has made him a fan favorite. If another actor were to step into the role, even for a short time, it could be jarring for viewers. The chemistry between Thomas and Hope has been carefully built over time, and bringing in a new actor could disrupt that dynamic. That said, if the show decides to keep Thomas involved in the storyline, a recast might be inevitable. Forrester Creations is currently at the center of one of the most intense power struggles in years, and Thomas plays a crucial role. If Ridge and Eric want any chance of reclaiming the company, they need Thomas on their side. If The Bold and the Beautiful does recast Thomas, they will have to choose an actor who can seamlessly step into the role without alienating fans. The new actor would need to maintain Thomas's established personality, his unwavering love for Hope, his complicated relationship with Ridge, and his role as a devoted father to Douglas. However, if the show decides to temporarily write Thomas out, they could explain his absence with a personal crisis. Perhaps Thomas takes an unexpected trip or needs time away to deal with an off-screen situation. This would allow Matthew Atkinson to return without disrupting the flow of the storyline too much. How Steffy could influence Thomas's return. One of the most intriguing rumors surrounding Thomas's absence is the idea that Steffy may be planning to bring him back for strategic reasons. Steffy is currently fighting on multiple fronts. She's dealing with Finn's complicated relationship with Sheila, managing tensions with Liam, and, most importantly, trying to help Ridge and Eric take back Forrester Creations. Steffy has already attempted to manipulate this situation by sending Daphne to seduce Carter, hoping to break his alliance with Hope. But if Daphne fails, Steffy may turn to a more drastic measure, using Thomas to lure Hope away from Forrester Creations. This wouldn't be the first time Steffy has orchestrated a complex plan to protect the Forrester family. She is fiercely loyal to her family's legacy, and if she believes that bringing Thomas back will tip the scales in Ridge and Eric's favor, she won't hesitate to make that move. Could Thomas rekindle his romance with Hope? If Thomas does return, whether played by Matthew Atkinson or a temporary recast, his presence could reignite old feelings between him and Hope. Despite her decision to end their relationship, Hope was deeply drawn to Thomas. She cared for him, admired his devotion, and shared a passion that was missing from her relationship with Liam. Hope's current position at Forrester Creations has made her more determined and independent than ever. But if Thomas returns, he could challenge her in a way no one else has. He might remind her of their past connection, forcing her to confront feelings she thought she had buried. Would Hope be willing to rekindle her relationship with Thomas? Given how much she's changed in recent months, it's possible. She has grown tired of being treated as Liam's second choice and may see Thomas as the one man who has always been completely devoted to her. If Steffy does use Thomas to manipulate Hope, there's a chance that things could get even more complicated. Because this time, Hope might actually fall for Thomas again. What happens if Thomas stays away too long? If Matthew Atkinson takes an extended break, the show will eventually have to address Thomas's absence. Forrester Creations is facing its biggest battle yet, and Ridge and Eric cannot afford to fight without every ally possible. If the writers decide to keep Thomas off-screen for too long, it could weaken the current storyline. Ridge and Eric need all the help they can get, and without Thomas, their fight for Forrester Creations loses an important player. Additionally, Hope's storyline becomes less compelling if she is not forced to confront her past with Thomas. At some point, the show will have to decide, do they wait for Matthew Atkinson, or do they bring in someone new? Final thoughts, what's next for Thomas Forrester? As fans eagerly wait to see how The Bold and the Beautiful handles Matthew Atkinson's temporary departure, one thing is certain, Thomas's absence will have major consequences. Whether he returns in time to influence Hope, whether Steffy orchestrates his comeback, or whether the show brings in a new actor, the drama surrounding Forrester Creations is far from over. What do you think? Should The Bold and the Beautiful wait for Matthew Atkinson's return, or should they recast Thomas to keep the momentum going? Do you believe Hope could be swayed if Thomas comes back? And is Steffy really willing to use her brother as a pawn to reclaim Forrester Creations? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more updates on The Bold and the Beautiful. Stay tuned for more drama, twists, and in-depth analysis. See you next time.